Don't want to see me. Here we are in Hershey Park Arena. Let's scooch one chair over so that railing's not so much in my way.
Let's go 33! Let's go 33!
Welcome to Hershey Park Arena for about to start the final game of the St. Patrick's Day Hershey Park Championship. Hershey with the Renegades, a team that is not officially from Ashburn, playing against the Palmyra Black something or others. I've forgotten what their mascot is, but Palmyra Black Knights, that's what it was. Last minute coaching by Coach Resney and the assistant coaches. Looks like Coach Resney is doing some intensive coaching there. It's the same team we faced last night, who beat us 1-0. It was a very close game. But I do feel like when I went back and looked at the scores, Palmyra had to win in order to make it to the finals. We did not yesterday. And I think that quite possibly our guys, they just, if anything, they really wanted to tie Palmyra. Palmyra appeared to be the strongest of the teams that had a possibility of making it to the final. And if we had tied them, if we, let's say, how did it work? All right. So here we go. We got, looks like Cam is rushing down to get it. Puck coming around the boards where Reagan will get a stick on it. Jackson tries to go for it, but it's he misses it. And a long shot from Greg, deflected off somewhere. Reagan taps into the corner. Jackson there fighting for it behind the net. Puts the brakes on. Is getting pushed hard by one of the Palmyra players. Matty Muller from the point gets a stick on it, but then he loses it. Reagan keeps it in. Matty gets a stick on it. And then Cam's there to help. We got three guys there. We're eventually going to have to come out to neutralize. I think that was Matty dumped it back in. Palmyra will take possession. They're setting up for a one-man breakaway, but while they do a line change, Greg Noda comes up with it, I believe. Oh, no, that's not Greg Noda. That's number 33, which is Johnny. Palmyra taps it into one of our guys conveniently. Luke Wolf sends it hard on the boards and down to the offensive zone where Johnny's going to race for it. It's not going to be an icing call because Johnny got there right as it got to the red line. Palmyra comes up with it, though, and they're going to send it across to their guy who trips over the puck, leaving the puck sitting on edge on the red line. Joey Scavellino in the corner ends up tapping around. He got kind of pushed around a little bit there. Palmyra comes up with it fast, and Eric and Johnny fighting for it along the boards there. Johnny takes it in, takes a shot. Goalie will catch and hold. Looks like it's the same goalie they had yesterday. I guess they maybe only have one goalie on their team. Their goalie is the largest bantam I think I've ever seen, and he was very effective last night. Brody Cavanaugh lines up for the faceoff. Misses it. Palmyra's going to take possession back behind their own net. We're going to fight for it, get sent across, but nobody's there on either team, so we have to skate forward. Joey Greenland sends it across, and one of our guys sends it up into the zone where Charlie Sandberg skates past it, and it has to come back out. All right, pass up to Charlie. Charlie taps it over to Joey. Joey flicks it over the guy's head, and Palmyra he can't get around the guy fast enough, so it didn't really work. It's a beautiful move. Kyle Tinscher backhands it around. They're going to take a long shot where Grant is going to stop it. He's got some time to look. He's going to send it up off the glass. Oh, but it didn't work because one of the Palmyra players gloved it and pulled it down. Palmyra's got it behind the net. They're trying to get it in front of the net. One of our players trips over Luke's stick, which was out. Luke Reisacker. No intentional there, just trying to reach to see if how close he can get to that puck. Knock it away. Palmyra skates back into our zone. They're both teams looking like they want it today. Lots of pushing over the boards. One of their Palmyra guys just shoves Joey Greenland to the ice. They take a shot. Luke Reisacker blocks it with his chest. Palmyra tries, but he's looking the wrong way. He lost track of where the puck was. Our guy in the defense. All right, long shot wide of the net. Charlie's there on the other side, and Joey Greenland, I believe, also got a stick on it. Charlie sent it deep. Jackson comes off the bench, chasing after it. Palmyra gets it out of their zone on the offense. They try to flick it, but Matty Muller deflects it. It's not even close to the net. They're going to take another shot, and this time it was, I believe, Cam, I think, who got a stick on it. There was going to be an icing call on that. Yeah, it was Cam. It's going to come all the way back. I think that's Jackson lining up for the face-off. Can't see his number, but it's he's tall and he's got a white helmet. It's got to be Jackson. All right. Palmyra comes up with it after the face-off. They've got possession. Matty Muller's fighting for it in the corner. They send it up to the point. Guy for the point tries to shoot long. Luke deflects it. Off ends up behind the net. They're going to fight for it. Reagan picks it up. He's got it, but there's somebody there putting some pressure on him, so he doesn't have it long. But we are fighting along the boards. Jackson's fighting for it. There's a couple Palmyra. Reagan to Jackson, who gets almost gets a breakout, but couldn't quite get his balance to put the speed on before Palmyra defense got there. Reagan picks it up. It's off of one of the Palmyra players' skates and ends up sitting in middle ice. Palmyra's going to come up with it. We got to do a better job of somehow holding on to that puck. All right, they take a long shot from the point right as they come into the zone. Reisacker deflects it. All right, Matty Muller picks it up from behind the net. He's going to put some gas on, try to do some magic here. Skates in hard. It comes off one of the Palmyra players' skates off the boards, but then we'll get recovered and we get a shot off. But the goalie, I think, deflected it. So it's going to come across, pass to Drew. Drew doesn't get there quite in time. Luke Wolf sends it up. That's shot by Johnny. Johnny manages to then keep it in off the rebound. Palmyra got the rebound, but all right. Oh, very close. All right, Palmyra's going to end up with it. They take a long shot off Luke's pads from the blue line. Plenty of time for him to get in position to stop that. They're going to take another long shot from the boards. All right in front of the net. Their guy tries to backhand it in. Luke's there. Ends up in the corner. Luke Wolf sends it up to the point. Their guy tries to do a tap off the long shot, but it just ends up going off into the corner. Eric's putting some pressure on it. Luke Wolf there. Joey Greenland, I think that's Joey Greenland, comes up with it. He sends it around the glass, around the rail, actually. Luke Wolf sends it deep to Drew, who takes a shot off the goalie's pads. Their player almost accidentally backhands it in, and the goalie will stop and cover. Score 0-0. 6 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first period. Today's broadcast brought to you by Hershey. That's the town of Hershey, not the company. Well, that too. This is Hershey Park Arena. Brody Cavanaugh with face-off. Joey Greenland's right there. He almost gets it. Both teams right there on it. And Palmyra ends up with a little bit of a breakaway. Somebody ends up sending it around the boards where Joey Greenland's going to be there waiting for it. He gets knocked down. Two of our guys come in to help. There's 3 of us and 2 of them scuffling at the boards. Somebody loses a glove. I think that was Brody. Brody lost his glove and his stick. They take a long, hardly even a shot. It was like several feet wide at the goal. I think that was Charlie or Maddie got a stick on it as he fell down. Oh, Brody gets his body in the way. Well, Palmyra had possession. They send it across, but there's nobody there on their side. Kyle Tinchard has it. He stops and looks. But, he waits a little too long. Oh! Kyle's down. I can't tell if he's hurt or he's just upset. Looks like maybe he's just upset. He waited a little bit longer, and the pressure came on. It got deflected wide, and they came in the back door behind Luke. The score will be 0-1. Renegades down. There is 5 minutes, 58 seconds left in the first period. Jackson lines up for the face-off. Wins it. I think that's Greg Noda sends it around.
Assisted by number 7.
Matty Muller nails the ref in the knee. Palmyra comes up with it after that. Probably not a way to win friends. Palmyra's going to take another long shot. Luke, easy save. They send it around back and forth between their guys in the corner. They're going to dump it back behind the net. Up to the point, long shot. Luke deflects. Behind the net, we take possession of it. Hands off to, I think that was, I'm not sure who handed it off to Maddie, but Maddie sent it around the boards. Jackson picked it up at center ice. Palmyra gets it. Their guy backhands it into the zone, back behind the net. Maddie's acting like he doesn't have to rush, but because they're right there on him. All right, so he tries to pass it off, but I don't think anybody was there. They try to center it in front of the net, but it gets deflected. They send it up to their guy at the point. Defense is lined up. They send it across. We get a stick on it, and Jackson's going to come up with it, and he's going to get to the red line, and he's going to take the shot and head to the bench. Puck's in the corner. Palmyra sends it back and forth behind their net. Sends it up to their guy, and who has to get around Luke Wolf, and he just cannot do that. All right, Palmyra gets back up into neutral ice, where one of our guys will take. Oh, that's Johnny Ryan. Got it, tried to skate, but he couldn't hold on to it. Eric fighting for it. Johnny gets it, and there is a whistle on the play. Looks like one of our guys is going to the box, and we will have a penalty kill. It was on Reagan. I think that's Johnny lining up for the face-off. Yep. Renegades come up with it. They're sending it around behind the net to their guy on the side.
2 minutes. Interference.
Interference was the call. Long shot gets deflected into the corner. They're going to pass it. Their guy's going to miss the pass. It's going to come out to center ice. They're going to have to clear the zone, but they still have possession. And their guy drives, number 9 on the Palmyra, drives it back into the corner, hands it off to their guy, centers it at the blue line. He kind of misses and spins around. Johnny comes in to put some pressure on, hits him up against the boards. It's up high. Palmyra's got it right behind the net. They're going to send it around to their guy at the point. He backhands it back into the corner where Luke Wolf is going to try and put some pressure on. And Joey Scavolino got a stick on it, and we ended up with possession. We get backhanded up to Johnny. Johnny takes a long wrister towards the goal goalie will tap it back out. We're going to do an overdue line change. Johnny's still in, though, and he ends up taking possession of it while Palmyra was trying to decide what they were going to do. I think that was Charlie Sandberg is chasing it back behind the net. He's going to have to put some gas on to catch up as Palmyra takes a shot. It's off of Grant's skate way into, I thought it was going to be into the stands. It was so high. But I think that's Kyle. Nope, that's Grant still. Pressure on him all the way back behind the net. Joey Greenland sends it up into center ice. Palmyra is there. They're going to pass it back and forth. Got about 20 seconds left on the penalty. Palmyra sends it across. They're bouncing pass. Their guy misses it. There's shot lining up. The guy sends it way high over the net, up into the safety net. Is there even a safety net back there? I guess there is. It's a nice fine net. I can't see it from this distance. Penalty's over. There's exactly 2 minutes left in the first period. The score is 0-1. Both teams back at full strength. Their guy at the point is lining up. He tries to take some kind of shot and just misses the puck, or just barely touches it. Joey Greenland comes up with possession, gets hit into the boards, and Palmyra will rocket it around. Kyle Tinshirts almost keeps it in, doesn't quite. It's coming with some speed. And there's a little bit of a break and get past Grant. Can't do it. But we're still not doing a good job of getting it out of the slot. Brody Kavanaugh trips and falls. He's back up on his feet real fast. Palmyra sends it around the boards. Kyle Tinshirt's going to pick it up in the corner. Waits just enough to kind of line it up. All right. They take a nice long shot, and their guy knocks it out of the air, tries to deflect it. There's a penalty there. There's no whistle because we don't. All right, finally. They're busy fighting. But Grant and the ref are discussing things in heated tones. Grant's going to end up going to the box for probably. We'll see. Nope, he's going to the bench. He's not in the penalty. Penalty's on Palmyra. I just thought when Grant started, looked like he was almost shoving the ref or discussing something. They might drag him into it too. All right. Jackson lines up for the face-off. Cam dumps it in. Reagan. Oh, takes the shot. But somebody lost his stick. Oh, one of the Palmyra defensemen. Oh, they pass it back to Matty Muller, but he doesn't manage to keep it in the zone. Reagan's going to try and take it in, but nope, they're going to have to come back out of the zone again. Greg Muller dumps it in, but Cam came out. He was the only player left still in the zone. Back up to the point. Greg Noda sends it around the boards. Palmyra's stick is still sitting there, getting kicked around. Palmyra ends up taking it. They dump it back behind our net. Greg's going to get there first. They're going mostly to the bench. They've got one guy still in the zone. We do a long pass up to where Johnny was waiting for it, but it was bouncing. He couldn't keep control of it, and so we got a lot of this. Greg Noda in center ice tries to backhand it over to Matty Muller, and the period will end. Tried to backhand it to Matty. Matty wasn't looking or something. He just sent it behind him. And some sloppy passing. I think we could do a lot better if we, it's easy for me to say. These kids all got better at me than skating and hockey and passing years ago. But at least they look like they're out there trying their best. Few shots of beautiful Hershey Park Arena. Some of our parent fans here. I'm told this stadium is famous for Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 baskets in a single game, 100 points in a single game, I should say, in this particular arena. I know always felt like the 05 team often did not play well at first period. They were more of a second, third period team. So we'll see if they can bring this one back. It's not going to be easy because Palmyra clearly wants it, and they've got a terrific goalie. Greg sends it across to Maddie. Maddie stops, thinks, sends it up to one of our guys. I think that was Joey Civalino. I'm not positive. Yep, I think I can see the number. All right, Palmyra's got possession of it back behind our net. They're going to send it up to their guy at the point, who is going to totally not be in the right place, and it will come all the way down. It's not icing because Palmyra touched it last. Maddie is going to pick it up along the boards, and Johnny backhands it in. Backhands it at the goal, does not go in. Greg fighting for it along the boards. It's going to come out to center ice. Matty Muller's going to get there first. Nobody else is around, but I think he would learn by now that these Palmyra guys will chase him down. You do not have a lot of time to think about it. Even if you thought you were clear, they're going to come get you. It's happened quite a few times. I think we've. All right, that's offsides call. Quite a few times where we think we can take a break, and they're going to put that pressure on. .11 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second period. Score is 0-1. Renegades are down. Luke Wolf off the face-off, gets the puck. Taps it down, but forwards. All right, they take a long shot above the net. Try to center it. Luke Wolf's going to pick it up behind the net. Tries to send it around, but the linesman's skate gets in the way. So he's going to try to send it the other way. Palmyra ends up getting possession there. But not for long. It's going to look at contention here right on the rail. Brody Kavanaugh. Luke Wolf do a nice defensive play right before it gets in front of the net. Brody sends it up to out of the zone. Joey in center ice gets it. Charlie was waiting for it. All right, Joey's got it. He's got to keep possession of it. He let it get a little too far in front of him. Eric across. Palmyra slaps it into the chest of Luke Wolf. Palmyra sends it back across off the boards to their guy. Sends it long across center ice, who hits it to Luke Wolf. And that's Charlie, I think. It's either Charlie or Brody. You can see the one on the jersey. Let's go, Green! Took it in. I think it was Charlie. Palmyra skates in with it. Defense keeps him out. He did the centering pass across, but no one was there. Jackson passed up to Kyle. Kyle up to Cam. Cam spinning around didn't quite get solid possession. Jackson taps it back to, I think that was Grant. Grant sends it up to Brady. He's across the net, and Palmyra is going to send it around the boards. Grant's going to get there. Sends it off the boards hard. I think intended for Cam, but that's going to be an icing call. Nope. Yeah, that's an icing call. Johnny with a face-off. Kyle comes up with it. Gets it back to Joey. Joey tries to get it out of the zone, but Palmyra, one of those Palmyra players gets their chest in the way. Joyce Cavallino takes it into the zone. Gets hit into the boards. Puck ends up behind the net. They send it up. Kyle Tinshert from the point takes a long wrister, and the goalie will catch and hold. That's a good attempt. Would have been a great rebound if they hadn't been able to hold it. But this goalie has been not giving them a lot of those opportunities. Johnny, off the face-off, ends up coming back to Kyle. Kyle takes a long wrister, ends up being over the net. Palmyra is going to take possession and move to the offense. Grant gets it out away from him, and he takes it in, sends it around the boards once he gets to the blue line. Johnny pressures it around. Kyle taps it up towards the net. Brody takes a shot. I think there was a rebound. I couldn't see who took the rebound, but I could see it go in towards the net twice. And then we lost it. Palmyra, long wrister. Luke will catch and hold. Luke will catch and hold. Sending out the 05 Dream Team. Such as it is. Maddie Muller comes up with it off the face-off. I wasn't sure who actually took the face-off. Maddie skates in. Centers it. Oh! Joey can't get the shot off. Palmyra, there was another second shot, but I couldn't see who took it. I should know by now. Probably had to be Charlie. Charlie just sent it around. Joey Greenland backhands it behind the net again. But Palmyra's going to get there first. They send it around. Their guy's looking. He's going to send it across. And Matty puts some pressure on. He centers it, but there's nobody there. Another shot from Palmyra. Matty sends it around the boards. Greg sends it up. But we don't have anybody at the point, and so Palmyra's got it. They take a shot. It's off of one of the defensemen's stick up high over the glass. Play will stop. While they do a line change, I'm going to briefly try to see what the messages flashing up on my phone were. Well, I'll just stick with it. Never mind. If you guys text me while I'm broadcasting, I do see something flash up, but I'm often not looking right at the screen because it's easier for me to read the numbers with my own eyes rather than looking at the screen. It's the whole reason why I read things. So I'm sorry, I do generally miss those messages. In fact, all right, Jackson drives it in on the offense. Palmyra gets a stick on it. They send it back out to center ice, and we're on defense again. Luke Wolf is there. They take a shot. Reisacker deflects it. Luke Wolf ends up getting it in the corner. They're going to send it and nail their own player just under the face mask. Eric passes it up off Jackson's skate, ends up going long. Has to get chased into the corner. Palmyra gets there first. They send it around the boards where Cam almost had a chance at it. Oh, is he going to get it? Nope. Palmyra got it and sent it out. Eric's got it behind our own net. He's looking, and his puck gets away from him. And what was one of those chances to stop and think ends up being a chance for Palmyra to take possession. Deflected up, lands on top of the net, and the ref will whistle it. Game up. I'm not sure if it was off Luke's shoulder or exactly how it got deflected there, but it kind of deflected, hopped up over, and landed on top of the net. And apologies again for last night's broadcast where my phone locked up, and 10 minutes I was narrating, but I guess there was no video. I went back and looked at it later, and so the audio was still coming through. When I tried to make a correction, I couldn't get back into the stream. YouTube is funny that way. I wish I had a deeper understanding. All right, Kyle Tinshert backhands it. tries to do a drop pass to his own player, but Palmyra's there. It's the difficulty when you're not looking. Drew sends it around, and Joey Scavolino. There's a nice shot. Luke tries to glove it. He blocks it, but he doesn't get quite in the pocket of the glove. All right. Johnny puts the gas on. He's going to skate it in. Skates it around off the boards to himself, up to the point where Kyle's going to take a shot. Drew flinches out of the way, almost looks like. Kyle's shot was wide of the net. He's going to try it again. Not enough juice on that one, I think. But look at this. Johnny takes the shot off the goalie. Goalie's on his butt and manages to save it. Oh. It's good playing. Too bad they couldn't convert. Couldn't get that in, but keep doing that. Off the face-off, the puck ends up behind the net. Gets crossed. Joey can't quite get there in time to get the shot off. It was a nice opportunity, just not quite. Brody takes a long wrister. Goalie deflects behind the net. I think that's Joey. Nope, it's Brody. This is again the 05 team out there. And Palmyra ends up with it. And Matty Muller in the corner. They go down hard. Joey Greenland and Greg Noda there to help. All right, very nice. Charlie doing some fancy skating, gets it around, and Palmyra gets a stick on it, and they get it away from him. Brody ends up struggling for it in the corner. Joey Greenland comes in to help. And now Joey's trapped in the boards. It's sort of 2-on-1. Matty takes a long, high shot, and the goalie will glove it and hold.
Keep the pressure green.
Keep the pressure green. That's couldn't say it better myself. Jackson with face-off ends up with Luke Wolf, who takes a long wrister. He comes in, nice centering pass, and goalie will glove and will cover it. And Jackson holding his hands up like, hey, I got it. It was whistled. He's covered it. Oh, I will say, until you hear that whistle, keep fighting for it. Luke Reisaker's complained to me many times about when he had covered it either with his pad or with his glove, and they came in and got a stick under his arm, lifted it up, and then hit it in. All right, Wolf getting pressure by a guy half his size. Jackson comes in to help. Comes across to Eric, and there is a whistle. Oh, high stick. It's going to be on Eric, I think. He's shaking his head like, what, really? All right. Jackson with a face-off. Jackson ends up with it. Tries to skate with it, gets it out in front of him, and he loses possession. Eric, back behind the net, doing a nice job. Scramble. Luke Reisaker has a nice pad save. Brady Reagan tries to get something moving, but he gets boxed up in the corner here. Brady, I thought he was going to get it back, but Palmyra got pass off. They send it across. Cam backhands it up. Palmyra gets it, though. I think that was not even on net. It was a pass, but Luke got real nervous. All right, Jackson struggling for it. Kicks it through Cam's legs. They're going to end up with a long wrister wide of the net. From the point, Eric up to neutral ice. Palmyra sends it across, and then long and around the boards. Brady again gets there. Palmyra and We got an icing call, but that will stop play. I think that was Reagan who just decided it was time to stop play. Line change. Johnny with the face off. Grant flicks it up. Joey Scavolino tries to glove it out of the air. He's going to chase it all the way down to the goalie. The goalie knocks it away. And Eric. No, not Eric. I'm sorry. Grant. Oh, that's Drew. Backhands it over off behind the boards. Kyle Tinscher picks it up. He tries to send it across. Palmyra player gets in the way. Joey Scavolino takes a long wrister. Goalie will knock it down and cover. Looks like Joey Scavolino is going to line up for the face-off. Palmyra comes up with possession. Kyle knocks it back into the zone, but Joey was still in the zone. So we had to get off and gave up possession. All right, Palmyra had it. The puck sliding towards the net, and we just shouldered the Palmyra player out of the way before he could get a chance to get a stick on it. Johnny comes up with it and takes the long wrister. Drew follows up, and it ends up right in the goalie's glove. Palmyra goalie continues to impress. Brody Cavanaugh lines up the face-off. Puck comes around hard. Joey Greenland misses it. Palmyra's got possession. They're going to drive in, but gets him out away from the Palmyra player. And Matty Moeller got a stick on it. It's back. He didn't really get strong possession, though. This is Greg Notice got it now. Palmyra got a stick on it and ended up behind him, much to his surprise. Brody tries to get it away. Palmyra ends up dumping it. Matty's going to look for it. Sends it off the boards up to Charlie. Charlie tries to send it across. Ends up off Palmyra's skate. He sends it back towards the net. All right, Matty sends it across. Off the boards to Charlie. Charlie gets it into the zone. Palmyra tries to take it off the boards, but they send it into Charlie's chest. Matty's got it. Tries to center it. Palmyra up off the boards to the point. Their guy intercepts it, stops it before it gets there. And Greg Noda is going to be our defense hero, or Luke will. Luke defends. Ends up hopping up high. Guy gloves it from the slot. And there's a lot of angry fans calling whatever just happened there. Referee is in deep discussion with our coaches. Nobody goes to the box for it. Brody with face-off. Palmyra comes up with it, but they end up just dumping it, where Matty's going to get there first. Matty gets away from the guy. Then he loses sight of where it is, ends up sending it to the point, and time will run out. End of the second period, score is 0-1. Renegades are down. But there's plenty of hockey left. Musical interludes provided by the 1980s. The 1980s, they had a lot of great music. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I wonder if I can I even zoom on these? There's a young child dancing her heart out right across from me. All right, let's go back to Coach Resney, who is, if I zoom in on the ice, it really sets the white balance off. That's all right. One of these days I will invest in a steady cam. If I zoom in, it's really hard to keep the picture steady. Go Renegades. That's all they, saw the comment for once. Alright. I'm going to back us out a little bit, because otherwise the phone has a really hard time with the white balance. Even still, it seems like its brightness is all... Oh, there we go. That looks better. We're ready for third period. Jackson with the faceoff. Greg Noda ended up with it, but Palmyra, neither of them had good, strong possession. I think that's Reagan Brady, I should call him. Mostly stick with first names. Palmyra backhands it towards the net, but wide of it. Greg Noda. Not sure why some players I tend to use their last names, others I don't. Greg sends it down deep. Certainly I know that the two Joeys and the two Lukes, I try to make sure I use their last name, particularly the Joeys. All right, Palmyra tries to get past Matty Muller. It doesn't really work. Greg Noda is going to pick it up. Sends it up to the point, but there's nobody there except Palmyra. They're going to try and take a shot. It's going to be ricochet off, I think, two different players' bodies as it ends up behind the net. They take a long wrister. Luke doesn't even really react. You can see that it's wide of the net. Either that or he just couldn't move fast enough. Nice centering pass. Palmyra's going to take a shot. It's high. They're going to send it around the boards. Matty Muller's going to get there and disrupts their plans. They try to knock him down, but he at least gets it out of the zone. Up to Cam. Cam ends up sending it around the boards. Jackson's going to get there. Jackson touches it but does not get control of it, and there's nobody else to help him, so Palmyra comes up with possession. It's in the corner. We got Eric fighting hard for it with two different Palmyra players. Jackson comes in to help, and as does Luke Wolf. It's a Brave player who just got boarded by Luke Wolf. It's a Brave. He was one of the smaller players in the Palmyra team, and Luke is one of the larger players on the Renegades team. All right, Johnny trying to make some magic happen, putting the gas on, takes it in behind the Renegades of the Palmyra net, where Drew and Joey Scavolino were there to help. It's going to come out, and Eric misses at the blue line. There's going to be a little bit of a breakaway, not too much, considering that we had like three defensemen to help out. Renegades take possession deep in their own zone. Pressure provided by Joey Scavolino. Eric gets there in the corner. It's going to battle for it along the boards. Johnny takes it out, sends it up to... all right. Luke to Drew, who just taps it. Johnny takes a shot, ends up wide of the net and behind it. I think that's Charlie who just came in off the bench. Yep. And Kyle Tinshirt is going to race for it. Oh, no, that's still Drew. Johnny in the corner. And he loses an edge and falls on his face. Slow to pick himself up, but we do have some line changes going on. Joey Greenland came off the bench. Palmyra manages to skate around our guys and sends it up off the top crossbar into the safety net. A little bit of a defensive fail, but couldn't find the net, so it didn't matter. I think that's Brody for the face-off. Palmyra comes up with it, tries to take a shot. It's wide. Charlie deflects it. Their guy at the point sends it bouncing towards in the vague direction of the net. Kyle's there and Joey Greenland and Brody all got a stick on it. I'm sorry, that's Kyle, I think, went down hard. He's holding his knee, and the ref's going to whistle that one. Call penalty. His gloves off. Sticks down. He's looking. He's getting up, but he's cradling his wrist a little bit. Coach is out there in a flash. He's kind of limping a little bit back towards the bench. I've seen him bounce back from worse, I think. So hopefully he'll shake that one off. These kids are tough. Luke Wolf comes out to replace him. Jackson with a face-off. Ends up coming to Palmyra, but they just hit it into their zone where Grant will take possession of it. Sends it up to Brady. Brady tries to get it around one of the Palmyra defensemen. Doesn't quite work as well as he thought, or as well as he hoped. Greg sends it off the boards and deep. That's probably going to be an icing call. Nope. Palmyra sends it back off the boards. Long. Luke's holding his hand up. That's an icing call. Eight minutes and 40 seconds left in the third period. Johnny Ryan took the face off. Palmyra ends up getting it, sends it hard around the boards where Grant's gonna pick it, stop it at the blue line. Oh, it goes in! Look at these guys celebrate. We are back in a 1-1 game. I think Johnny, put it in. And we are tied 1-1 with 8 minutes and 28 seconds left. He managed to get by the Palmyra goalie, proving he is not at its fault. It's the first time we've scored on that goalie, 2 games. It's only the second time I believe that goalie's been scored on in this entire tournament. All right. Matty Mueller taps it out of our zone. Johnny Ryan tries to get a stick on it. Palmyra is looking a little fired up. They're going to send it around hard along the boards.
Renegades goal by number 33, Johnny Ryan.
Drew gets a stick on it.
Assisted by number 15.
And Greg Noda. Yep, assist by Luke. All right, Johnny again. Skates it, sends it across to, that was a really, possibly a great play. So Johnny sent across, Joey tried to backhand it in, it's off the goalie, and they didn't have another follow-up. Palmyra's going to head towards their players to the bench. Greg's going to pick it up in the corner. He sends it around to Matty. Matty's going to put some gas on. He takes the shot. Goalie stops it with his toes. He's going to do it again. Joey Greenland takes a shot wide of the net. And our guys are looking around trying to decide who's going to go get it. Joey ends up with, I think, Drew assisting. Drew's there fighting for it. It's going to come around the boards. Matty ends up kind of just backhanding as he's trapped on the boards, backhands it towards the net. Didn't help that much. Brody kicks it, stops with the skate. It deflects back in, and then he has to pause because his teammate was still in the zone. Palmyra is going to come up with it. They're going on offense here. Luke Wolf keeps the guy off to the corner. Charlie taps to Brody. Brody passes across the center where Joey can't spin around fast enough. It comes back. Luke Wolf's got it. Sends it across to Eric. Eric tries to send it long to Brody, but Brody's is not. Well, let's see. Palmyra got there first. Luke Wolf fighting for it. Gets it off the boards and out of the zone. There, guy. Oh, that's a close offsides call. I would have maybe said that was offsides, but it's all right. Close enough. All right, I think that's Joey Greenland. Takes the long wrister. I'm not sure if it was Joey. But nice easy shot. No attempt really to put it in. Just gives him a chance to do a line change. Jackson with face-off. All right, Palmyra's going to come up with it. Grant's going to get there first, though, because they just kind of got out in front of him. Oh, but he does not get it away from them. All right, he's going to try again. At least gets it out of the zone. There, guys. The player was still in there. Brady puts some gas on. He's going to put some brakes. Tries to center it. It's off a Palmyra player.
Come on, Jackson!
That's Cam. Tries to get there to help out. Grant waiting in center ice. Stops the advance and turns it around. Then he puts the gas on. He gets there himself. It's going to come all the way around where Palmyra is going to be racing Greg Noda, who is waiting for it. Greg puts some gas on, hands it off to Cam. Cam tries to send it back to Greg. Greg's not prepared to receive it, so he just jumps over it and lets it go off onto the boards, which almost worked because Brady was there. Palmyra gets it in front of our net, but shoots straight across. Their guy at the point takes a shot, and I think was Brady. Hands it up to Johnny. Johnny tries to take a shot, deflect, twice, shoots it into the groin of the number 43 on the Palmyra team. I'm glad I'm not him. Hopefully he's got good protection. All right, we get it. Hands it across to Drew. Drew taps it up and then backhands it into the zone where Joey Scavolino was trying to pass it to him. Didn't work the first time. Palmyra just knocked it away. I think that's Eric who tapped it. It's either Eric or Kyle. I think it was Eric. Taps it up into the zone. Drew chases it down, puts continued pressure on. Eric backhands it off the boards back into the zone, but we don't have any there to take possession. Of course, that would have been offsides if we had. Palmyra dumps it down around the boards. Eric picks it up, looks for the pass, gets it up and out of the zone. They dump it in. Luke deflects across. Eric again to Drew. Hands it off to Johnny. Palmyra gets it. They hit Johnny into the boards. Eric, nice glove, gets it out of the air. It's around the corner. Palmyra's going to reverse it, send it back to the other corner. Joey. Palmyra tries to center it, but one of our guys, I think Johnny, gets there first. Oh, but they get a stick on. No, actually, that was Matty Muller. You can just see the 3 on the jersey. Oh, and they get around Luke. They go around Luke 1, but not Luke 2. Luke's off the glass, gets it out of the zone. Charlie, all by himself, takes the shot. It's wide of the net. Goalie reached for it, but Drew backhands it back over to Charlie. Charlie backhands it towards the net. It's going to come out to center ice off of Palmyra. Luke sends it up and deep. I think Joey touched. No, I guess Joey didn't touch it because they called it as an icing. Oh, exciting. My throat's getting dry. I'm talking so much. As a reminder, if you don't like my commentary, you can turn the volume off. There's a mute button, probably somewhere on your laptop or phone, iPad, whatever. All right, Charlie to Joey, Joey back to Charlie. Charlie puts the gas on, Centers it, but Brody wasn't there fast enough to get the shot off. He was close. Palmyra takes it. They flick it into the bench, I think, but it should have at least looked like it was in the bench. All right, that's Charlie. Stick flying. Somebody's stick. I think Joey Greenland lost his stick. Matty Muller gets it up to Joey, I think. Brody sends it deep, and there'll be a line change there. Matty stays out to provide a little bit of pressure while his 04 brethren come out. Palmyra sends it up and gets deflected by Luke Wolf, but not stopped. Luke gets it this time and sends it out of the zone. Jackson tries to get a stick on it. Palmyra flicks it up to their guy, and we're back to Palmyra. Send it across, takes a breath, pass it up. Their guy almost trips, and there's an offsides whistle. Usually when they play Ice Ice Baby, it's because someone iced the puck. In this case, that's not what happened. All right, I think that was Johnny with the face-off, I think. Drew in the corner, Grant in the corner, fighting for it. Drew had it, and then Grant. All right, our guy, I can't see. So Johnny got it in, lost an edge. Teammate Joey took a shot. Now it's coming around the boards where Kyle Tinchart's at the point. He's accelerates into it. And Johnny, and then Joey backhands it in front of the net. We're at the last minute of play. Tie score.
Come on, Grant! Be ready, Grant!
Palmyra sends it long. Grant in the way. Johnny. Be really nice to get a score now. Johnny hands it up to Drew, I think. Drew dumps it and heads towards the bench. Grant sends it long down to the corner. Then they have to clear the zone. Somebody was in there. I think that was Brody. Joey Greenland out there. Palmyra tries to pass. It knocks their own player down somehow. Sends across to Brody. Sends across to Joey, and time will expire. Score 1-1. From what I recall of reading the rules, they will do a 5-minute sudden death 4-on-4 overtime.
We will now go into the sudden victory period.
Sudden victory.
5 minutes of 4 versus 4.
Yeah, what he said, or what I said. There is if they do not score, if no one scores in the sudden victory overtime, they will go to a shootout. Coach will select 5 players from each team. It's typical shootout rules. If no one scores in those, if they don't have a victor after those 5 shots, then the rest of the team has to shoot. They'll continue until someone wins. But it is one where there is a rule that says the entire bench has to shoot before somebody can shoot twice. We'll see. We may not get there. We'll see if we can decide this in the overtime period. Players are switching sides. It's actually, they're not supposed to. That was the ref's care. We'll see. The rules actually specify the overtime period. They will not switch ends. They had a big rule sheet posted at the Twin Ponds rink, and I killed a little time reading them. So some discussion with the linesman here. I think he's gesturing that like they're supposed to switch ends, and he's verifying with the coaches that they don't care. I don't think any of these players care that much. Oh, they're gonna switch. They're gonna switch ends. I suppose it's good to follow the rules rather than have someone complain later that didn't follow the rules in the championship game. Jackson Peklowski lines up for the face-off. Greg Noda's out there. Matty Muller, and I can't see some of the players I can recognize without seeing their number. Not many. Mostly Jackson and Cam because they got white helmets. And Jackson's the tall one with the white helmet. I recognize Luke Wolf because he's bigger than any of the other players. Jackson, all right, after face-off comes across Brady, I think. He was the one I couldn't see. Really put the gas on to get there. Palmyra ends up with possession. Jackson's going to put some pressure on. They send it across. Their guy misses, and that's going to be Matty passing it up to Jackson. Jackson puts the brakes on, manages to get away from him. Palmyra tries to get around Greg Noda. That does not work. They hand it back up to Jackson. Jackson taps it back to his teammate, Matty. Matty's going to get behind the net. Looks at the pass. Can't get it in the center. Sends it up to Greg at the point. Greg passes it over. And Brady furiously struggled for it. He didn't get possession, but he got it away from the Palmyra player who was nearly on a breakaway. This is Greg Noda putting the gas on. Gets it up to the blue line, and Palmyra kind of disrupts his advance. They send it down deep. I think that's, is that Eric or Kyle? Sends it around hard. Comes out of the zone. Palmyra sends it across off the boards. Their guy is going to send it around. Eric gets there in the corner, sends it up to Joey. Joey across to Matty, I think. Or is that Johnny? Johnny. Just see the 3 on the jersey. That's got to be Kyle still. No, I'm sorry, Eric. Eric gets knocked down at the blue line. Palmyra sends it across where there's nobody. They send it down deep. Luke Wolf will tap it back out of the zone. Palmyra has to wait. They're going to backhand it in and just come off. Eric picks it up deep in our zone, taps it up to Johnny. Johnny does not get a clean possession. Joey Scavolino is going to draw penalty. And we will end up with penalty. We will end up with a power play. Let's go, Green. 4-on-3. All right, 2 minutes, 46 seconds left in the overtime period, and we will have a power play, 4-on-3 for 2 minutes.
Let's go, Brady! Come on, Jackson! Let's go, Johnny!
Timekeeper is yelling at trying to get the attention, desperately trying to get the attention of the referee. All right. Jackson takes a shot. Goalie will catch and hold.
Let's go, Renegades!
Johnny had the face-off. Got who else is out there? Johnny with face-off. Back to Jackson. Jackson stops and looks. Tries to send it in where Brady is waiting. Ends up sending it. Doesn't work. Sends it across. Maddie takes a shot. Goalie will glove it and save and hold. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in the overtime period. Score 1-1, obviously. Still tied up. Johnny with a face-off. It's going to end up at the corner. Johnny ends up with possession of it. Ref's in his way. Stops and thinks. Pass it over to his teammate who tries to send it back to him. Gets deflected off somebody's skate, and it's going to go long. Luke's holding his hand for icing. Matty Muller chased it down, but still Johnny with the face-off. Palmyra's going to come up with it, but they're just going to send it out where Matty will dive to keep it in. Brady chases it to the corner. He's going to have to. He may end up with possession after all. Johnny comes up with it. Pressure on him. He's going to backhand it across to Matty. Matty sends it through the legs of a Palmyra player to Jackson. Jackson gets it close to the net. The goalie reaches and covers. Minute 43 left on the clock. 58 seconds left of the power play. And it looks like we've got a timeout. It's been a long time since Luke's had to do a shootout. That's pressure I don't think I would want. I'm glad I'm not a goalie. It's hard enough being a goalie parent. Sometimes I think I enjoy doing the commentary of the games just because it keeps me from stressing out about how my son's playing. All right. No line change still. Keep the same guys out there. Coach obviously happy with this team. This lineup. All right. They had plenty of time to take a breather. Johnny had the face off. Palmyra sent it hard around the boards all the way deep. Jackson chases down, ends up passing it off to Johnny at center ice. Johnny tries to do something. Sends it across to Brady. Brady's looking, pass it back to Johnny. Johnny's going to skate out a little bit to the corner. Drops it back to Brady. Brady up to Johnny. Johnny looks, sends it across to Jackson, who tries to get a shot off, but defense is right there.
Last minute to play in the overtime period.
Palmyra keeps the pressure on, and they're going to hand it back. It's I think that's Matty Muller. Matty drops it to Jackson. Jackson tries to send it across. Brady doesn't quite get the shot. I'm sorry, I've got the camera pointing the wrong direction. That's why I shouldn't zoom in. All right. Brady keeps it in, but in doing so, dives on his face. And Palmyra gets there about the same time Jackson does. It sends deep. Matty's got it. Puts the brakes on behind the net. And pass it up to Jackson. Jackson taps it over to Johnny. Johnny sends it deep to Brady, who doesn't quite get control of it. It's around the board. Palmyra's got it. I think Jackson, either Palmyra tried to do something clever or Jackson just got a stick on it. That's Grant came out on defense. Somewhere did some personnel changes. And Johnny is being held against the board by the other player, and time will expire. I believe that means we will go to a shootout. Now, Luke pointed out to me yesterday that throughout this tournament, he has let in exactly 1 goal per game. So he suggested that we go ahead and let in that 1 goal, make sure that we end it in a 1-1 tie, because since he only lets in 1 goal per game, that means we obviously will have to win the shootout. I'm not sure that logic works. It's a clever argument. We will see in just a minute. I hope he remembers that this is what he asked for. Be careful what you wish for. You might get it. He may enjoy it. This is, chance to shine. It's one of those things. You're the goalie. Can't help but being the hero or the goat. I say that's actually not true. I've seen a lot of games this season where really the offense is just what completely dominated. The goalie just sat around. Didn't just sit around, but we'll see. This Palmyra goalie I've given a lot of credit to because he's certainly played well, but how much of it is the goalie and how much of it is the defense? I think he's really clearly been quite talented, but Palmyra goalie. They're going to get to go shoot first. I'll zoom back out here. And Luke Reisacker. Luke sticks it away. One save, Reisacker. Renegades. Johnny gets the privilege of going first. And it's in. And it's in. Very nice. Palmyra, number 6. Skates it up. And it's in. 5-hole, I think. Came down, but didn't come down fast enough. One shot to one. Our second shooter will be Maddie Muller. And it's in. Goalie. 5-hole on him. Shoot. He's upset. He's just let in 1 minute as many goals as he allowed the entire tournament. Palmyra, number 43. And Luke deflects. Stick save. Right in front of the 5-hole. Charlie Sandberg. Shoots, goalie saves. Pads down, lightning quick. It's like number 10 on Palmyra. Not that any of my viewers probably know or care who that is. Comes wide. Shoots. And it's in. I thought he had that one for a second, but just under the pad. Oof. No pressure here. I think that's Brody. I think it's, we'll see. Yep, Brody Kavanaugh. Oh, and he's wide. I think that's 2-2. I'm so nervous, I'm not even sure I can count straight. Number 16. Glove save, Reisacker. Jackson comes out. See what those long arms and long legs can do. Oh! Almost bounced somehow. I was bouncing around. Goalie saved it. All right, that's the 5 players. Now it goes into. Now I believe it comes sudden death. Well, it's not. It's not as soon as they are matching shots and there's a 1-point advantage. Regular shootout rules. Number 64 shoots it high over the net. Can't see his number. I think that's going to be. It's one of the Joeys. This ends in a 7. Oh, gets deflected. Number 67, Joey Scavolino. Oh, is that Drew? Maybe it was Drew. I forgot there's a third player ends in a 7 for a second. So that was Drew Resney. Number 56 from Palmyra. Taps it away. Had a chance for. I guess I need to know the rules. Is he allowed to take a second shot if it still stays in front of the line? Luke used to always do this shootout drill when he was doing goalie training. As long as it didn't cross the red line. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's it. Brady, the game-winning shot in the shootout. Look at him go. That is it. Renegades will win it in the shootout. That feels good. That feels good. Luke and Luke lining up. Luke Wolf, first to the line, defers to Luke Reisacker, the goalie, for the handshake.
I know we have another championship game coming up, and I know it's been a long weekend, so I'll try to be really quick. But this is the time where, on behalf of everyone here at Travel Champs Tournaments, we want to thank you all for your support. The moms, dads, grandparents, aunts, and uncles that make the ultimate sacrifice for travel hockey. Thank you for making this the biggest St. Patrick's tournament to date. Thank you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Northern Virginia. Your Bantams 05 Renegade team just won.
It's a shame we couldn't crown 2 winners in this game. But at this point, we want to recognize.
That's a little bit of a shame. This
your very own Palmyra Black Knights, folks. Come on.
Palmyra Black Knights were hard fought. They beat us yesterday. We beat them today. Both games, so close.
Guys, I'm going to bring you up one at a time to receive your trophy. Let's bring up Benjamin Bell. Ben, come on up. Good job, man. Jonah Bird. Hayden Burke. Alexandre Kasivi. Neil Kuda. Zach Dolan. Johnny Eldridge. Sean Patton. Mika Reed. Jackson Shanahan.
Oh, they had a Jackson too. Our Jackson's the tallest player on our team, and theirs is apparently the shortest. Not quite.
Othello Vita Jr.
Their Jackson was somewhat short.
Gannon Walcott.
I don't know that Jackson's the tallest player on our team.
Your stud goalie Eric West. Come on up, Eric.
Probably Luke Wolf might have that honor.
Eric, come on back here for a second. Get your trophy. Coach Cassini, congratulations on a great tournament, you and your staff. Once again, the Palmyra Black Knights, ladies and gentlemen.
Palmyra Black Knights.
And your 2019
If any of you guys ever see this video, which I suspect you won't, be proud of yourselves. You guys played real well.
Luke Reicher.
Luke Reicher, that's you. He's like, he's like looking around because he's like, that's such a, not quite the pronunciation of his name. That's all right.
Luke Wolf. Brody Kavanaugh. Jackson Polkowski.
I don't think that's the pronunciation of his name either, but.
Eric Bolino.
Johnny Ryan, contender for MVP.
Joey Greenland.
They all played great.
Joey Scaviano. Cam Horan. Grant Hurtlish. Drew Resney. Kyle Tincture. Coach Resney, congratulations to 2019 Bantam AA champions, folks, your Renegades. Coach, can we get your goalie to come on back up and accept the trophy? Come on back up, Luke.
There you go. Luke gets as the goalie.
Again, ladies and gentlemen,
gets to come up for the trophy.
Championship game, so we kindly ask you if you please clear the ice so we can get prepared for the next game. Thank you. Have a great night. Please drive carefully.
All right. I think that's going to wrap up our broadcast for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry for the unsteady camera work and the haphazard commentary. Don't forget to be awesome, as they say in my hometown. Get some photos. I'm not going to go down there because somebody else will do as good a job. Maybe I can go down there. Let's see here.
Great announcers.
We're still live.
Hi, parents.
Oops. I'm going to see if I can. No, I can't get through that way. No, I can't get through that way. I thought I could.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, there we go. We'll see you all back at home in 2 to 3 hours. Maybe a little longer. It's got to take them some time to get changed, and probably everyone will want to stop and eat on the way home. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I'm going to sign off. So much for Renegades 2019.